Hey, what up, guys? Doing another What's Next. This one is on former super bantamweight champion Isaac Dogboe of Ghana, Africa. Dogboe hasn't fought since May of last year in 2019 when he challenged Emmanuel Navarrete in a rematch for the WBO title that he lost to Navarrete in December of 2018 by a decision, and he got fully beat down in the rematch and stopped in the 12th round. He decided to move up to featherweight. He had a fight with Frampton set up for November, but had to pull out of that with an injury, and is fully focused and says 126 is where he's going to be fighting again, or fighting in the future. So I already have him ranked up here at 126. He's currently not ranked by any other governing bodies. He's still actually ranked at 122 in those rankings, but hasn't been given a ranking yet up at 126, so we're just waiting on that. But the big question is what's next for Isaac Dogboe. So let's take a look, run through the top 10 and see what he could be doing next, and if he's going to be facing any top 10 guys. We start with number 1, undefeated IBF champion Josh Warrington. This fight's not happening next. Dogboe probably wouldn't want it anyways, but Warrington is lined up for a unification bout with WBA champion Shu Kan next, and probably wouldn't want to fight a guy like Dogboe who's coming off back-to-back losses anyways. Next at number 2 is reigning WBC champion Gary Russell Jr. Gary Russell's always looking for opponents, but this is top rank working with the PBC. Dogboe probably wouldn't want this fight next. He'd probably want to work to something like this, and Russell wouldn't want to fight a guy coming off back-to-back losses. Next at number 3 is former world title challenger Kip Galahad. Galahad is the mandatory number 1 contender right now for the IBF title. He's highly rated in the WBC, and he's promoted by Matchroom. So yeah, I don't see this fight happening. It wouldn't make sense at all for Galahad to risk any of that against a guy like Dogboe. Next at number 4 is Frampton, former 2-division world champion. You know, these guys are promoted by the same people, but Frampton is in line to move up to 130, the full weight of 130, and challenge Jamel Herring for the WBO title there. So yeah, this fight's just him and Dogboe is just not going to happen next. Next at number 5 is WBA champion Shu Kan of China. Kan is lined up to unify belts against Josh Warrington. So yeah, I don't see this fight happening right here. Next at number 6 is undefeated WBO champion Shakur Stevenson. Maybe Dogboe could get this fight if he wanted it, but I don't think he wants this fight next. Dogboe is coming off back-to-back losses. I'm not sure Stevenson would want it, but Stevenson might be desperate just to get a name on his resume and a former champ. But I don't think Dogboe would want this fight, so I don't see this one going down. I think Bob Arum wants to get Dogboe, his legs back and get him back in the win column before he throws him to the Wolves. And Stevenson is the Wolves, the whole pack. Next at number 7 is former champ Jesus Rojas, former WBA champion. I don't see this one. I don't see the point in it right now. I think it's a high-risk fight for Dogboe in his return, so I don't see him wanting to go after a guy like him, like Rojas. Next at number 8 is former world title challenger Tuxko Nyambayar. Nyambayar is highly rated by the WBC. Maybe some kind of an eliminator could be done between the two, but Top Rank has to work with PBC for this one. And I just don't think Dogboe in his next fight wants to come back against a guy of Nyambayar's level. So yeah, just I don't see it. And then finally, Dogboe's number 9. Finally at number 10 is Jesse Magdaleno, a rematch with him. Both top-ranked guys. I think this fight could happen next if Dogboe could get into the WBC rankings, but does Dogboe want to throw himself in against a highly regarded fighter like Magdaleno after he already beat Magdaleno too? He stopped Magdaleno in the 11th round back in 2018. So does this fight make sense next? I don't think so. So all that being said, that's the top 10 right there. All that being said, what do I think Isaac Dogboe is going to do next? I honestly think he's going to get back in and get his feet wet at 126 and take on just, a so-so opponent that he can just smash on and get out of there. I think that's a smart decision for him. Maybe 1 or 2 fights. Maybe 2020 needs to be dedicated to getting his feet wet at 126 and making sure he's ready. And then 2021 needs to be the year of the Eliminator and world title fight for Dogboe in this weight class. But I think next he's going to face just low-level competition, get a win under his belt, get that confidence riding again. He hasn't won a fight since August of 2018. So, you know, he's going to want to get back in the win column. It's going to be almost 2 years, maybe over 2 years by the time he fights again, you know, since he's won a fight. So I think that'd be big to get a knockout win, get that confidence back. All right, guys, that's it. That's the What's Next on Isaac Dogboe. Hope you guys enjoyed it. True Boxing. You've been hit with the truth.